Age of Empires 4. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words on Steam. One of the most beloved real-time strategy games returns to glory with Age of Empires 4, putting you at the centre of epic historical battles that shaped the world. Yes, guys, it's Age of Empires 4, and guess what? I've been playing computer games for
45 years.
40 years, 45 years.
45 years.
And I've never played Age of Empires, and there's a good reason. When the first Age of Empires came out, I was heavily into Quake and Quake 2 and all that, playing in clans and all of that stuff. When the second one came out, Half-Life had just launched, and I was heavily into that. When the third one came out, I was stuck in World of Warcraft for 7 years, so I missed them. But here it is now, guys. And I grabbed it a few days ago, and I've been playing it fervently. That's my new word. Don't know what it means, but it sounds pretty good. And guys, I'm having a blast in this game. I'm really having a blast. Guys, it's got a fantastic campaign, this. Going through English, the French, the Mongols, loads of different factions that you can play through. I played through the Norman conquest of England. William the Conqueror fighting against Harold. He'd been battling the Vikings, travelled all the way down south to battle the Normans, then he got a splinter in his eye. He said, mate, there's someone in my eye. What? That one. And then that led through to the 100 Years' War with France. And there's probably another one coming over fucking fish. But, hey, great battles. Absolutely. There's something great about invading France as an Englishman. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's just fucking great. I think it's because they go too much. And so, it's just satisfying when you are razing their land to the dust. It's great, guys. But the campaigns play really well because you get a history lesson as well. Yes, the history hasn't been cancelled in this game yet. But, this time. Yes, that was the horn. Put it down. But yeah, what happens is when you play in the game, in the campaigns, the progression will go to the next battle and you'll get like a narration of what actually was happening, and then it puts you in a key moment in that battle, where you might have to defend a fort or attack a fort or break some supply lines, ambush the enemy, which is really cool. You can hide in the trees and the enemy eye can't see, and you can just charge out of the trees as they're going past on the road. Really cool shit. How have I missed this game? Mackie just told people. Yeah, I know, but it sucks that I've missed this game. But I'm really having a blast now in this. I've played, like I say, the English campaign was really, really fun. Now, the gameplay, it's very RTS-y. So if you're familiar with RTS games, then you'll really pick this. I picked it up in no time at all. Sure, there's things that I didn't understand that I didn't know about. One of the funniest ones was I forgot you were advancing through the ages. The clues in the name, age of, and I'm flying along there with me bow and arrows, and then I got a shock when I ran into a lot of people with guns who just mowed me down with, and I was like, what? And I thought, oh shit. Of course, you've got to keep leveling up through the... So, yeah, that didn't go down too well. But once I got the grips with all of that and the economy system, then, yeah, building walls, castles, it's so easy to do, and it looks so fantastic when you do it. It's a really, really good game. I got a shock when I played the Mongol army, Genghis Khan, They play completely different to any of the other factions that I played. I quite enjoyed playing as the Mongols. I played it on a skirmish with intermediate AI, and I kind of won it, no problem, but it was different. It was different to playing the likes of the French and not that I've ever played. I would never play. When you play the English, it's a completely different way that you play with, especially with your economy and the rewards that you get, and you have key buildings that you have to build that give you lots of buffs for your troops and things. And the Mongol army, as you would imagine, because of history, is you're kind of rewarded for just razing everything to the ground and being a complete maniac. And I really liked that. It kind of suited my style of play. Really enjoyed it. Now, as with all RTS games, if you're anything like me, you'll want to play skirmishes against the AI. And there's quite a good skirmish mode in this game where you can choose whichever faction you want against whichever faction you want. I mean, you can mix and match. You can invite as many AI as you want, or you can play co-op against the AI. You can set the difficulty level, whether you all start together, whether you're all scattered around the map, what victory conditions you actually want to have. There's lots of victory conditions where capturing special sites on the map will allow you a victory, or just holding out or killing everything, whatever you want. I prefer just killing everything on the map. It can get a bit tedious chasing down the last few stragglers at the end, but I like that kind of stuff. The thing is, I'm not sure about this AI. It's not consistent at all, which might be a good thing, but sometimes it's a waste of your time. For example, I started off on easy because I'd never played an Age of Empires game and I found it ridiculously easy. So I went straight to intermediate and I played my first battle on intermediate and won, no problem. And then I went into a 3v3 and I was dead inside of 20 minutes. I just got overwhelmed with, I think they all attacked me with their opening units and just took me out. I played the same map again. I just clicked on replay and it never happened. And they kind of made very little and we just steamrolled them. So I played it again and it was again a completely different type of AI that I was fighting. It all seemed to change. And do you know something? I've had tougher times on intermediate than I have on hard. It just, I don't think it's totally broken because some battles I have are really good, but it needs work. It definitely needs fixing. But it depends on, I think it depends on your tactic. Well, if you just hit their economy hard, they're screwed. They just don't know what to do. And they never send huge amounts if you're just playing 1v1. They'll just send little pathetic attempts at your base that, and once you've got your wall up, even on the hardest difficulty, they ain't getting in, you know, because you can just think better than them. But when you're playing against, I think if you're struggling to find a good challenge on this, play against at least 3 of them, and then it becomes, or can become, a different ball game altogether. Either way, guys, apart from one battle where they just made a no-show, really. And I want to say this as well. One of the battles I just sat there and did nothing and watched the AI to see if they cheat, and they don't. They don't cheat, which is nice to know. They don't pull units out of their arsehole like some games do. It all works. They get, obviously, the higher the difficulty goes, the more benefits from the economy they will get to counter you. But I guess the only cheat, if you want to call it a cheat, but I don't, is that they can do 20 things at once, whereas you can only do one thing at a time as you're doing it. So that, some people might say that's a cheat. I don't. That's just the way it is when you're playing AI. I think it does need a little bit of work, but it is still great fun playing against the AI in Skirmish. I'll be playing that for a long time to come. But the campaign is brilliantly done. Do you know what? I've never had a bad game yet on the campaign, and I haven't done it all by any means. I'm probably only a third of the way through the campaigns, and I've just had a nibble at this one. I've played most of the English one, almost finished that. I've played a bit of the Mongol one, and just, you know, I'm just darting around having to go at the different campaigns, and really good stuff. The commentary adds it, and there's some great tutorials in there as well that not only show you how to play but give you an insight into what it was like back in the day. I didn't even know they were building a castle in France. 25-year project using the same... Mac, this has got nothing to do with the game. Sorry, I just get carried away. I love all this history stuff. So there it is, guys. Age of Empires 4. I'm pleased people pestered me to play this, or I would have missed out on a great RTS game. And I'm sure some of you are going to start hitting the comments and saying, Mac, forget this one. You want to play this version, you know, Age of Empires 2 or 3 or the Definitive Edition. One final thing before I go, guys. It ran great on my system. The graphics were a little bit of a letdown. I thought they would have been a little bit better in 2021 with such a big budget, Microsoft, you know. But it ran okay. Judded a couple of times just on the random saves, but other than that, it was running absolutely fine. It's on Green Man Gaming, this as well. You can get it cheaper. I think there's a percentage off. I didn't look, but it is considerably cheaper than Steam. Links in the description if you want to help the channel and save yourself a few dollars or pounds in the process. So there you go, guys. Age of Empires 4, definitely worth a buy.